Well, here's a little update on the Jaguar. After a lot of research, because All Data and Mitchell doesn't really have that much info on this whole rear end setup, it actually is a tapered style bearing with a shim in the middle of it that, the way it's designed, that little taper washer and bolt get tightened down like a regular CV axle, but the more you tighten that bolt down, the more it compresses this. So it's almost like the way you set the backlash in this will be the same way, or not the backlash, but the bearing play will be the same way you set the backlash in a ring and pinion, or your actual pinion itself. It's a weird design, never seen it before, and as you can see, it's basically a nightmare to do it. You gotta get that freaking ABS ring off, then press it all apart, and press it all back together, which customer doesn't actually want to do it because the bearings are actually outrageous, about almost $300 per bearing set per side. So they kind of don't want to do it. So we're going to see if we can get away with just tightening that bolt down more. Maybe that would work. But they want to do the shocks, so the shocks are a go ahead. Motor mounts and transmission mount are a go ahead, and the lower control arm bushing and ball joint are a go ahead. And as you can see, cam seals leaking. This one wasn't too bad. When I actually brought it in here, this one had a trail running down it like it does now. So both cam seals, valve cover gaskets. Needs quite a bit of work. But it's a little update on it. If tightening that down doesn't actually fix the wheel bearing play, then we're gonna have to take it all apart. The customer's gonna have to purchase the wheel bearings and bite the bullet for it. But then it'll be good. It's definitely a weird design. And as for the Duramax, it's fixed. This truck, I guess, wiring harness fried in California, so it took a while to find a shop in Cali that can fix it, but once they got it fixed, someone undid the bottom of the ignition switch down inside here and didn't pull the ignition out to clock the actual gear back all the way, so pretty much position one like this. That light stayed on, and that light stayed on. Vehicle still turned on like it was supposed to. And it's still fired up like it was supposed to. But then when the customer went to turn it off, it always stayed like that. And it actually drained the battery within like 4 to 5 hours. But I was able to figure out it was just resetting the gear inside the ignition. Now it doesn't do that. And we put a new ignition switch in it just in case, because who knows if they chipped a tooth or anything funky could have went wrong and come back for it, especially as cheap as the switch is. So this is all taken care of. Moving on over here to the Ford. Hopefully by the end of today, the pump will be here. I gotta blow out all the dirt and shit out of here. I gotta remove the fuel bowl. Probably that charge pipe, all these fuel lines right here, the fuel in, the fuel return, and this is actually kind of like an oil reservoir. So I gotta pull the little cap off right here, stick a suction machine down inside there, suck out all the oil, because when I remove the high pressure oil pump that's buried beneath all this, it is gonna puke oil everywhere. And as you can see, that one actually shot out the back. So anytime you try to crank it over, it's just going to puke fuel down the center valley of the motor, or not fuel, but oil down the center valley of the motor. So that's pretty much what I'm waiting for this one. Now I'm going to tear into it. And as for the Land Cruiser fj40, it's all the same shit. Just got done bed lighting that and those. Kind of run out of places to put parts, so I had to stick them back under here to dry. I got the shield that goes over the gas tank on the side drying. This is going to get repainted white. Don't know why they painted it green. That one's going to be the next one I'm probably going to dive into. If not, might get powder coated. But other than that, catching up on a lot of stuff. I'm going to have to sand that spare tire holder all the way down, because wherever primered it did a shitty job. No paint's going to stick to that. So I got to sand it all the way down to the red, and then sand the red down. It's going to be fun. Well, that's a little update of what's going on. I'll have more on the Jag, more on the FJ, and more on the Ford. If you'd like to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good day.